It's showtime.
BS and Beer Media in association with STWF TV, the podcasting network. We present to you the Frenemies Fantasy Football Podcast.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Dale. This is the Frenemies Fantasy Football Podcast, and my guy Tim in the building. What's up, Tim?
What's up, dude? Hey, could you maybe not introduce that you're on the show so quickly? You want to keep people around a little longer. They might leave as soon as they hear your voice.
Yes, that's typically how it works. But, I'm on so many shows here, I would think people are used to me just coming on, saying crap, and just moving along. So that's what I think.
You're used to the torture by now.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, dude. Doing pretty good.
Like first week of retired life, huh?
Yeah, being lazy for the rest of my life now. It's pretty nice. Yeah. Technically retired now, 43. It's pretty good. So not all of us get there.
Living the life, Tim. Living the life.
Now
let's see.
Spending the rest of my days working on my business only. Retirement's paying all the bills. I'm working on the business. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
So what about you, Dale? How's your week?
Oh, today I got broke because I had to get some stuff fixed on the car.
You got took.
It took me all my money. It took all my money. So yeah, I'm broke again.
That happens every time. What was broke this time?
So yeah, it'd been running hot. So like water pump, belt. What I did to get fixed. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
later.
What are you drinking today?
Huh?
What are you drinking today?
Oh, yes.
What?
You know what?
What?
In honor of my guy Kyle. Okay, this is a Kyle kind of drink.
Dun, dun, dun,
That's right. I had some tequila.
Yeah.
Finished off, and I put some Powerade in it. Yeah.
Tequila and Powerade.
Right. It's a Kyle drink right here.
Hey, man, times are tough, man. We got a car to fix around here, bro.
Hey.
We're going to throw some Powerade down,
Already had it in the house. It's already here. Let's go.
Look, damn. All right, dude. There we are.
That's
wow.
It. What about you, man? What you drinking?
I got the working man's beer, baby. Modelo in the house.
Again. All right.
Yeah. I had to go buy another 18-pack. I'm down with the Modelo right now.
18-pack, not a 12-pack, but an 18-pack.
Right. They fit in the fridge really nice. That length, the right girth and length, for the fridge.
Right girth and length, huh?
Right. Yeah. 12-pack's a little short, right? You look back there and there's like a lot of space behind it, but you got that 18, fills it up just right. Yeah.
Okay. That's what she said.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, man. Let's talk about some news. Let's get our guys out here. There they are. Oh, you know what? You
got buttons to push?
I forgot to share one more place here. That's what I forgot to do. Man, yesterday the freaking Olympic Committee took down my video. I had was on the chop up, and I showed the little 100-meter race for the men's or whatever. Yeah, man, they didn't like that. They were like, no, take that video down, and they took it down.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, man.
You got took all over the place, man. At the car shop and on the video.
Pretty much. I'm an easy mark, Kim. That's what it is, man.
Yeah, they're sitting around just waiting on Dale to walk in the door. Like, man, I can't wait till Dale gets here. I'm going to make him get a new water pump.
Yeah, man. Waiting on me like that. That's messed up, man. So, all right, back to the news here. The first news item I got, if I can get to it, is Brandon Ayuk has been given permission to seek a trade. So he's been wanting a new deal, hadn't gotten a new deal that he wanted.
Yeah.
And now he's looking for a trade. And so with this trade, it's also going to become another contract, because you got to agree to the contract. He's got to agree to the trade, period. He has no trade clause. So he's got to approve the trade. So the contract has to come along with this trade. So I'm guessing maybe the 49ers get a second round pick for him, maybe. What do you think they get for him?
Oh, really? A second?
Yeah.
Look, what was the Patriots deal? Did you hear about that, by the way? There was a Patriots Brandon Ayuk deal.
Yeah, that was some rumors I heard. I think Brandon Ayuk turned it down, like he didn't want to go to the Patriots.
Yeah.
Which you should use that when you have this leverage and not go to bad teams.
Well, nobody wants to go to the Patriots right now. They were talking about how they've traditionally not really done well picking offensive talent, to be honest with you, too.
Right.
They've just not done well all around. Defense, though, they're done pretty well. They did great with Brady, of course, but that's just luck of the draw, it seems like. Supposedly the Patriots had a boatload of money waiting on him and, giving him everything that it seemed like he wanted, but was not the team that he wanted. So, but the Browns are supposedly in rumors to still be smoking.
The Browns?
The Browns.
Like, the Browns are loaded at receiver.
Dude,
I heard Pittsburgh was in the mix for him.
Okay, that makes sense. That's another one that makes really good sense, really.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh would be great for him, to be honest with you, too. But yeah, dude, there's not a lot out there, I think, because when you force yourself out, some people don't look at that too highly.
So I'm also thinking about the contract he's demanding. Now, rumors are he turned down a $26 million per year deal from the 49ers. I don't think that's true, because it just don't sound right. Like, Debo's getting paid $23 a year. And so if the 49ers come back to you with 26, to me, sign that deal.
Debo's number one.
Right?
And he's paying you. They're paying you number one money.
Exactly. This is my thoughts right here. Sign this deal, man. So, because my thoughts were looking at different contracts or whatever around the NFL. I see that I want to say it's who's the guy just went to the Titans from Jacksonville? Ridley.
Yeah.
He signed the deal this year. His was $23 million a year. And I mean, I get he's a little bit older, but to me that sounds about right for Ayuk too. Ayuk has never shown or proven that he was the number one guy, because Debo was always there. And when Debo was out, the 49ers would suffer and struggle on offense.
Yeah. So, there were times
with the number one receiver.
Yeah, there were times whenever when Debo was out and Ayuk was struggling, he showed some number one receiver stuff, but he also, as number one receiver, you don't have clear signs of struggling. And Ayuk showed that. What was that, last year before last, when Debo was out?
Yeah.
So last year. It ended up being Kittle that benefited from Debo being out. And also what's the running backs they had back then? Elijah Mitchell and some other guys.
And, CMC.
Well, before CMC, this I think this happened before CMC, the old Debo being out thing. So
no, last year. because I watched the show Receivers.
Yeah.
And they followed Deebo Samuel and George Kittle throughout the season, all the way to the Super Bowl. He was struggling to stay healthy. Kittle was too. And they would show how they would go get shot up and stuff and come out and play.
Gotcha.
So yeah, those guys. So, it'll be interesting to see where he lands. Pittsburgh can make sense, and to me that would boost their offense a lot. I wish the Saints were in the mix. Use another receiver, and I know somebody like Craig does not agree.
Okay.
Yeah. So
was that your can't even face?
I mean, right? He just thinks we're fine at receiver, bro. We're not.
Yeah.
On the same level as T. Higgins. Good question there, Anthony. Do you think he's on the same level as T. Higgins? Maybe so. Yeah. I mean, both
a half step behind.
And they're both like those number 2 receivers peaking at number 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see that comp for real.
Yeah, I do like that comp, but I think T. Higgins is a little bit better than Ayuk because whenever Chase was out, T. Higgins picked up.
Yeah, he did. He did work pretty well.
And that's a clear sign for me when somebody's out. Are you picking it up? And if they're not, if I'm questioning whether they're number 1 while they're the number 1, then that's a problem.
I want to say he did pretty decently even with the backup quarterback.
T. Higgins?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think their offense completely struggled anyway without
Burrow, right. The offense took a dip, but I mean Higgins when he played, he was okay. So let's see. Let me look at his game log from last season. Yeah. So he finished with 656 yards, 5 touchdowns. So not a great season.
Well, that was Cincinnati as a whole too.
Right. Yeah.
Their offense, their offense without Burrow there, because they don't really have an offensive line either. So,
well, yeah, that's always been an issue before Chase got there. So, because remember that was a dilemma: draft the offensive lineman or draft Chase. We're going with Chase.
That wide receiver, man. All right, look, it's pretty.
Yeah, man.
Right. Hey, what
fast cars, bro?
Yeah. Who we got next?
Josh Downs could miss up to a month with the ankle injury. So he was carted off. He had the air cast on and everything like that. Like this is a guy that was supposed to be taking a step forward. This could definitely put a hamper on those dreams there.
Those Colts, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Adonai Mitchell. Oh, it's time for him to step on in.
Yeah. They did draft him in what, the 5th round, 4th round, something like that.
I'm not sure if it's that far behind.
Let me see.
Let's see. Second round, 52nd pick.
Yeah.
Second round pick.
So that's that. He gonna slide right in. To me, the big benefit for this is gonna be Pittman. I'm sorry, Alec Pierce, because Pierce was kind of just looking like just a deep guy only, and maybe this gives him more opportunities to do, something different. And so we'll see if that's how it shakes out. So,
all right.
Okay, so let's see what we got next. Jaden Reed from the Packers.
Oh, that's your boy.
Dreaded calf injury. So this is the guy we just talked about last week, who kind of took off last season because of the injury to Christian Watson, and he was dealing with a hamstring injury and all that kind of stuff for the most part. But yeah, he benefited from that, and so now you got a guy like Wicks that we talked about last year. Maybe he puts it on now. Well, if this calf injury, lingers.
Yeah, they definitely can linger. Any kind of soft tissue injury, we're always looking for that. Always, that's going to be a long heal time. They're going to bounce back, and then they're going to be bad, get hurt again and be bad. But hey, I was really looking at Jaden Reed as being one of the most intriguing pieces in Green Bay for fantasy value. So,
right. I was thinking the same thing too.
You just try to be like me.
I mean, look, the guy did what he did last year, man. I can't argue with that,
Mm-hmm.
And like he was definitely that starter. It was him and Dobbs, pretty much fighting it out for who's going to be like number 2 for the most part. If Christian Watson is healthy, he's going to be number 1. The challenge is, can he stay healthy? Because that's what
you're if you're saying that he's going to be number 1, that's what Dale's saying. I like it. So, but I don't. It might end up being Reed or Dobbs at the end of the day. By the end of the day, mm-hmm. But I don't. Also, though, is Josh Jacobs. How much pass catching is he going to do? So.
Yeah. So let's talk here real quick about your running back here, Marshawn Lloyd, Tim.
Oh yeah,
3rd round pick. That's good draft capital for a running back. He's probably going to see the field this year. Mm-hmm. Like, I just don't like AJ Dillon. Like, he's a bad football player.
Whoa, you said he's a bad football player?
Bad football player. Okay,
he's in the NFL, Dale.
I get that. Also, Jamal Williams is a bad football player. Okay.
Okay. All right. Now you say that.
No. I have footage somewhere on YouTube that says that I didn't think Jamal Williams was special when we signed him. Okay.
All right.
Argue with Craig about this. Okay. Yes.
Argue with Craig. That's a new thing anyway. So look, man, I've got Lloyd. Anthony asked, can you name a Colts wide receiver core?
Yeah.
Who is
Pittman, Alec Pierce, was Downs.
Mitchell.
Mitchell now. So yeah, there you go. That's the guys.
Well, I will say, someone said on the show that Dillon would be traded to the Cowboys.
They talked about this on Monday.
Did they?
The NFL show, yes.
Right.
And that was where I kind of revealed my dislike for Dillon and his football abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently he went to Boston College. I didn't know this, and we've got a Boston College, fan because that's the area they're living in and everything. It's cool. No
right.
I don't think he's a good football player. That's all.
Well, he belongs on the Cowboys. That's what it sounds like to me. So, right there with Zeke. But Marshawn Lloyd, I got him as the rookie rankings this year as the number 4 running back. That's where I got him ranked at. So, so if your question initially was asking me about, what I think about Marshawn Lloyd. Well, he's on my radar. I hope to own a Green Bay player one day if Dell doesn't steal all of them from me. But, Josh Jacobs does have a nice shiny contract. Shopping Dillon around. But, Marshawn Lloyd looks to end up being the number 2, even before shopping Dillon around. In my mind, Marshawn Lloyd looked to be the number 2, at some point in the this season. So,
yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. I'm with you there, Tim.
What we got next on your list
Rondale Moore was carted off the field for the Panthers. Oh, this is the guy that wore the air cast. They got carted off the field. Rondell Moore. So the Panthers, Rondell Moore. So what did you think about Rondell Moore just as a player?
Rondell Moore, he showed some spots, man. I was interested in him for a pickup when he was with the Cardinals. What was it, the Cardinals?
Yep, yeah, that's it.
Well, but yeah, dude, I was interested in him, and I had him for a little while, I believe. He looked sharp, but it kind of fizzled out a little bit as Kyler Murray came back. Looked like he had a connection with one of their backups during Murray being out.
It may have been what's his name? Damn, what's the Space Kid? The Rocket Kid, you know what I mean?
No.
Damn it, man. Come on, Tim.
Who are we talking about? The Rocket Kid.
The quarterback that studied rocket science.
Oh, yeah. I see his face I see his face. Who's that? The Rocket Kid. Like you're narrowing things down. I'm the Rocket Kid, Tim. You should just know things. The Rocket Kid.
Come on, chat. All right. All that.
Yeah.
This happens every time I put the microphone on.
He went to the Vikings too.
Yes.
Yeah. Bald-headed guy, big ears.
Joshua Dobbs, Tim.
There
Come on, Tim.
Dobbs. Dude, gosh.
Come on, Tim.
I'm forced to work with him. Y'all see that?
Well, yeah, I think he had a good connection with Dobbs.
Mm-hmm.
I
felt like you were yelling at me where the car key's at. I don't know, Ma. Where'd I put my car key? I don't know, Ma. Where the car key? I don't know. I didn't touch them, Gosh.
Yeah. It kind of felt like losing my car keys. So yeah. Or losing my glasses.
Yeah, you're that old. You're that old, Dale.
Listen, when I lose my glasses, I can't find them without my glasses. So I got a good pair of old glasses.
Oh, damn.
I start the Fred Sanford draw and find a pair of old glasses. That's what I got to do.
Oh.
Yeah, man. All right. And now we finally have some good news here, as we do have somebody coming back from actual injury, which is always exciting. And if I can find that drop, here we go. That's right. Back from injury, Mike Williams. He's activated from PUP. Mike Williams is getting started up, y'all. So trade him right now while you can. Because he gonna get hurt again.
Hey, look, man. Throw Rodgers a bone, man. He needs everything he can. He's getting old, man. All right.
He's got some receivers, though, man. He can't complain about his receiving core.
No, he's going to always find something to complain about. He's a diva. He's a diva quarterback.
Yep. Mike Williams, Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard.
Yeah.
Xavier Gibson.
All his people.
They spent the 3rd round pick on Malachi Corley.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, man.
If Rodgers don't win this year, is he staying?
Yeah, because
he's going to stay with the Jets. No, I thought his contract was 2 years, and this is year number 2.
Is it?
No, I'm pretty sure. Look up Rodgers' contract real quick.
All right.
You got the contract info. You're the contract info guy.
Aaron Rodgers. Let's see.
Where's Patty? We need Patty back, by the way.
Signed contract in 2023. Yeah, his contract voids in 2026, so he's got at least another season with the Jets. So yeah, he'll be there.
All right,
he'll be there. So all right, man. So let's talk some tight ends, Tim. It is tight end day. So
it is.
Oh, we'll talk about some rookies also in this, or are we going to just talk about just overall rankings?
No, well, we're talking about who's got who's got the chance to be the number one tight end on the season, because Dale and I, we had a quick conversation ahead of time and we disagree. But I believe very strongly that if you're good at picking a good tight end, the rest of your team is going to kind of follow suit with that. And I made this statement to Dale, and he argued with me, which is nothing new in my life. But I believe that maybe picking a tight end, a good tight end, is more important than picking a good quarterback. I think there's an argument to be made there.
Okay.
Because you can stream a quarterback. They're depending on what defense they're going against. You can pick a good quarterback for 3 or 4 weeks out of the year. It's very hard. I hate going into the free agency and digging up a daggum tight end for a couple of weeks.
It's nasty.
It's ugly.
It's nasty.
Wow. It's ugly. So if we can help you guys as our listeners to like pick out what tight ends to go after and which ones to get, you really want to end up getting that guy that's like mid-range. You don't want somebody too low in ADP, but because you're probably not going to get somebody that's going to work out. And then you also don't want to pay too much for somebody. In the past, you could initially draft Travis Kelce in the first round, and that would still be a good scenario to be in because he was just that valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How valuable do you think he is right now, given his age?
Oh, dude, I was looking over here, and I pulled up. Yep, bam! You read my mind, Dale. That's right. I pulled up the Fantasy Pros ADP. All right, and ADP stands for average draft position. So this is what we're looking at from Fantasy Pros, and they got CBS Sleeper and RT Sports on here. They don't have Yahoo. They're missing some other key pieces, but it's a pretty good piece. Are you doing standard scoring, half PPR?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, awesome, even better.
Mm-hmm.
So we got right now, as far as average draft position goes, Sam Laporta is the number one. Now this doesn't mean rankings is number one. It just means what people are drafting them in their leagues on average. And so Sam Laporta being number one, Travis Kelce number two, Trey McBride being number three. Like that's pretty high for that guy to be so young, in my opinion.
Yeah, he hadn't produced yet for me to be put him at number three. I thought Mark Andrews should have been right there, but I guess assuming coming off of an injury like he did, maybe take them down some. I guess that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, and these are like average people drafting, in mock drafts. So this isn't like experts ranking this. This is just where people are drafting them, and this can be a hype too, by the way. So this can be very hype driven data right here.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we got Mark Andrews at the number 4 spot, Dalton Kincaid at number 5. All right, there's been a lot of hype this offseason about Dalton Kincaid.
And that's mostly because Buffalo's wide receiver room is really young. So we're thinking they're gonna play like a lot of 2 tight end sets, and also that he's gonna get the work. They'll be the number 1 target, like Kelce. Sorry,
Kelce. Yeah. And we'll talk some more about that later too. By the way, we got our going through our thing, and George Kittle being number 6, and interesting. One of y'all's dirty birds right here, Kyle Pitts at number 7.
Yeah.
So
that's somebody who could, shoot up this list if he lives up to expectations, and the fact that this is a new offense coming in. I think they're going to actually use their weapons this time. So, I think they'll be fine. I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to go up this list by the time we talk about ADP next season.
Yeah, and ADP's, in my opinion, is very hype. It's very hype oriented. So, and it's just mock draft. So we don't know where everybody's going to end up at. But it is to know that it's good to know this, because this is where you can assume that a lot of your league mates are going to think of guys in this order as far as tight ends go.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It kind
So
of gives you a little bit of a predictor as to what's going to happen in the draft. Although, some leagues are a little bit different. You kind of know your league,
yeah,
especially when it's coming to running backs. My God.
and if your league has a ADP like list, the site that your league is on, then use that, because also different sites have different rankings for different players. So you want to, your league mates are probably looking at those players on that site, because they're going to be lazy
Yeah.
and just look at whatever's easiest, not
Yes, I
whatever's the
would be
best.
familiar with those rankings. Yes.
Yeah, and so it's going to change site to site. But let's get digging in, man. I'm ready to kind of talk about and discuss who's going to be our tight end, who's going to potentially be our tight end number one next season, this coming season.
Well, I mean, just kind of continue down this list a little bit, Tim.
Yeah,
TJ Hawkinson is like
dude,
really low.
dude.
Now I
Yeah,
understand he's got a quarterback issue with Sam Darnold being the quarterback in Minnesota. But do you think? I mean, for a tight end though, like I don't know, man. Like
yeah,
quarterbacks love tight ends. I think they're easy to throw the ball to,
yeah.
and he's
Okay.
such a big target.
Well, I don't have him ranked very high this season.
Okay.
Anyway, I got Hawkinson in redraft. I got him ranked 14th. And
So
by the
if
way,
this is the issue with Hawkinson, does Justin Jefferson get affected greatly?
Well, let me answer that question, Dale. Let me get on over here, buddy. Jefferson I got him ranked number 5 though. Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's definitely the number one guy, but he's ranked number 5 here. Okay.
yeah. Well, also though, young quarterbacks don't typically hold up to 2 targets as far as stat wise goes. Fantasy football points. They're gonna eyeball that one target and then they're gonna freak out and get sacked.
Okay.
Sam Darnold, he sees ghosts on the field. We already know that. And what's that? JJ McCarthy's ready to take over. Right? Isn't it McCarthy?
Oh, yeah. They actually said he was looking really good in camp. So I think preseason is probably gonna have to play out before they actually consider him for the starting position. Maybe it's gonna be more of the fan pressure. We want to see McCarthy. We want JJ.
Yeah, we'll see what happens though. But Hawkinson is a good notice here at number 13. And of course your boy Dallas Goedert, number 12.
Yeah, he's also pretty low for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, like he's got some good chemistry with Hurts. So I could see him finishing in the top 10, at least maybe top 5 of tight ends this season.
You said top 5.
Yeah.
You gonna put a beer bet on that?
No.
Oh, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. He's brave enough to talk. He's brave enough to mix the tequila with the Powerade, but not brave enough to make the bet. All right. Dale's dirty, but only dirty to a certain level. All right. So yeah.
I mean, how much do you think the results at the end of the season will shake out like this?
No. I put a 10% value on ADP and what the outcome is. ADP for me is a gauge on what the hype is.
Yeah, I got you.
That's all I look at this to gauge what other people are going to do, what they're thinking. I don't look at this for my own draft. I don't do that.
Okay.
So I go to my own rankings, and so like, let's see here, our redraft rankings. I still got Kelce as number 1, Laporta number 2, Andrews 3, Bride 4, Kincaid 5. So, but George Kittle at number 7, which I probably think is going to be the best value. What's Kittle's spot? Number 6.
ADP, yeah, number 6.
Yeah, ADP is 6. Yeah, so that's probably going to end up being their sweet spot. My favorite little guy right there. But yeah, dude, let's argue over who is going to be the number 1 tight end for the year. All right.
Okay. I mean, look, Sam Laporta. I mean, that's a pretty good bet if I'm putting money down.
Well, we got arguments.
Go.
We got arguments in the rest of them right down here. The fors and against on the show notes.
Oh, okay. Sure. Okay. So, let's start with Brock Bowers.
Yeah. The long shot. Long shot is Brock Bowers for the tight end number 1 spot.
Because he's a rookie.
Yeah, he's a rookie, and he's in Las Vegas. You know,
that's also a problem. Yes,
that's also an issue. Yeah. So he's a highly unlikely candidate for the number 1 spot, but he deserves a mention because he's a great tight end prospect. It's hard to see him measuring up to Sam Laporta's rookie season because that's the kind of season he's going to have in order to be the number 1 tight end on the year.
Yeah.
And so he's I just don't see him actually adding up. Who's our quarterback over there?
You don't really know who's the quarterback in Vegas because they're having a competition. So it's either going to be the guy last year, Aiden O'Connell, I believe.
Yeah. Minshew or McConnell.
Minshew.
McConnell. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't see either one of them putting up big numbers. After Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers is probably going to be the number 3 target. So
yeah, it's going to be a poor offense overall. I'm kind of tapering my expectations for like Zamir White because of that bad offense.
Yeah.
But they still look. You got at running back in our league. You got to hope and pray, at least for me, because people don't just give me their good players again. I have to go try and find them and hold on to them and pray. Okay.
Hey,
so Zamir White, come on.
I drafted Gibbs last year, Dale. He should just be better in the draft.
Yeah. Once again, help. Once again. All right. So continue with the tight end train here. Evan Ingram from Jacksonville, even after we saw some targets vacated by hang on it. What's it? Ridley leaving. Can't rip his name for crap.
Dale can't find his glasses and he can't remember shit. All right. You're showing your age, Dale. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. So my dark horses for the tight end number 1 spot is the beginning of the list here is Evan Ingram. And he did lead in tight end targets on the year, by the way. 143 targets. That was the most targets last year.
Yeah.
And 114 catches.
You know what? Let me go over to the actual rankings on Fantasy Pros and see what
their draft rankings.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Oop.
How about you continue to talk while I figure out how to use a computer?
Yeah, that works out. So I think Evan Ingram's a good sleeper option. If you end up finding yourself in the back end of a draft and you need a tight end, Evan Ingram ends up being a pretty good option on the backside. They do have lots of vacated targets, and it should equal early season production from him. But be careful though as well, because last season was probably an outlier in his career, and it's unlikely to be repeated. So he had a pretty decent ride last year, but That is the tops. That's probably the best we're going to see out of him. So you know what you get when you draft Evan Ingram. He's a dark horse for the number 1 overall spot, and that means highly unlikely.
So Fantasy Pros has him leading tier 3 here, ranked in number 10, followed by Njoku. So let's see.
He's the top of tier 3,
right behind of George Kittle. Do you like agree with us? This place look okay to you?
Well, I like tiers altogether but I don't ever want to draft at the front end of a tier. Honestly,
why?
I like drafting at the backside of the tier because they're so close together. What does it matter, right?
Okay.
And if he's going to be the front part of that tier, then you're going to get better value closer to the bottom of the tier than you do in the front half of the tier.
So the value you're getting with Schultz is better than the value you're getting drafting Evan Ingram. Is what you're saying? I'm
just saying that going off of this tier list that you just brought up,
yes,
Evan Ingram being the top, the number 1 of his third tier, then yes. I would believe that Schultz would be a better value, or Ben Sonnet from Washington, Cole Kmet, like that range would be the better value. I like to draft at the bottom of a tier if I'm talking about draft from the bottom of the tier. But
okay, but you are the guy that said before the show that tight end was more important than quarterback. And so therefore you're drafting tight end pretty early.
I could be drafting tight ends pretty early, yeah. Okay. I was talking about drafting Travis Kelce first round. Remember that?
Okay.
Yeah, I'd have done that last year and the year before last too. That's a great strategy. So, but all this conversation, the notes that I made for the show are about, I love when Dale tries, are about who's going to be the number 1. We're talking about who's going to be the number 1 tight end. We're trying to like go in the imaginary school bus right now. All right. And Dale's just trying to destroy everything Tim's talking about. That's fine. I love you. I still love you to death. But yeah.
Okay.
Let me have some more of my beer over here.
Listen, Tim, my mind it goes different places, and this is what happens. Okay.
Yeah. You're telling me you're going to draft this? No, dude. I'm just looking at the crap you're throwing up here on the monitor. I ain't seen that since I ain't never looked at that in my life.
This is what you said, Tim. I'm just.
I hear what you said. Bring the thing back up here. Don't hide it now. Don't do that to me now, dude. I'm already pissed off. Jackwagon. Oh, this guy. Yeah. Scroll up higher. We ain't talking about these guys. Get away. Oh, dude. Look, man. Look, we're talking about dark horses that could be the number 1 dude on the year. Oh, my gosh. I thought I did really awesome preparing these notes today. Where's Kyle at? I need him back. I need Kyle back. I'm nothing without Kyle. Damn it.
All right, Kyle Pitts. This is a guy I've been looking forward to, despite you, because it's the only reason why I drafted him. So I need him to actually work out. Tim, is he going to work out this year?
The Magic 8 Ball says yes. We need a clip of that now, Dale. The Magic 8 Ball doing different things, saying different crap. All right. And I need to be able to put in whatever that little triangle thing is that pops up for the Magic 8 Ball. All right. Like I need to put in whatever phrase it is for the week on the clip. So, but Kyle Pitts is a dark horse for the number 1 tight end position because last year he actually finished as the tight end number 6. And he led all tight ends in air yards at 1,029 yards. So he had the most usage out of everybody. And I like to see that, because when you're getting good fantasy points with a lot of usage, then that means that that you're being used a lot, but the touchdowns just aren't there. He had an average depth of target for 11.37 yards. Another good thing, Arthur Smith is gone.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I know. Did you,
Pittsburgh fans beware, though.
Yeah. yeah. And but it's a brand new system. We got brand new questions about it. Brand new system, brand new questions.
Yep.
So
Yep. Okay, this is the only sound effect I got for the Magic 8 Ball.
all right.
Quit talking and start chalking.
Did you hear it?
Barely.
Okay, no, that's really all I got.
All right. We'll bring something up one day. So
Okay.
Our next dark horse is your boy Jake Ferguson.
Yeah.
And
Jake Ferguson.
Yeah.
So I know Cowboy fans are pretty high on Jake Ferguson. I did talk to a couple of them this past Monday, and they feel pretty good about Jake Ferguson. Do you see him actually being worthy of this tier 3 ranking here, like right behind Njoku and in front of Goddard?
Bring it back up. I'm not looking at what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Throw it back up here on the list for me.
I'm working on it. Oh, so he is ranked
Right.
number 12
Oh,
all tight ends here.
I got him ranked in my list. I got him number 9. So
Okay.
I do like Fantasy Pros overall, guys. By the way, I like to go to them as a one-stop shop. I show everybody that place, but in my personal rankings, I got him at number 9 on the year. So he would be in roughly the tier 2 section, the bottom of the tier 2, which would be a great value. So
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you like him more than Goddard then,
huh? Yeah. That's why we're on the list of who could be number 1. We're going from the bottom to the top, baby. All right.
Okay.
And so Goddard's not even in this list yet.
See.
We got Evan Ingram, we got Kyle Pitts, and then we're Jake Ferguson. We're just going down the list of who's more likely to get the number 1 tight end position.
All right. And next up was David Njoku, because he did have a pretty good year, but that year most of the targets and everything came from Flacco. Am I right? And Flacco is not going to be a quarterback.
Flacco is no longer quarterbacking. He's out of the quarterbacking business, as far as I know. So that's a problem, right? Njoku was the best tight end from week 7 on when Njoku took over. He had 9.2 targets a game. And he had the 3rd highest red zone targets last season, and it equaled the 2nd most tight end touchdowns at the tight end position. So he's very touchdown dependent.
Yeah.
And it's a nice thing to have, but at the same time, touchdowns are spiky, man. I don't like counting them.
Yeah, it's hard to count on touchdowns. It's you can get touchdowns just being fluky here. So
being who? Who's fluky?
Just being fluky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just fall into the end zone. So
yeah. And Watson, he's got a lot more options to choose from now that he's coming back. We mentioned that earlier, and
Elijah Moore, Amari Cooper, Cedric Tillman,
Jerry Jeudy.
Yes, that's the other one I was thinking about. Yep.
And also, like we were talking earlier, what if they get Brandon Ayuk?
Yeah. What if they get Brandon Ayuk? That would be something too. But I tell you what, it's going to be a lot of pressure on Watson if there isn't already enough pressure on him right now. If they give him all those toys to play with and he sucks still.
Yeah. He likes that pressure from the backside.
Tim was one of the masseuses that are in question here.
Oh no, I was not. Dang, Dale. Wow. Ooh. Wow. Not that. That's pretty brave for you. But that was
how much money you get, Tim? How much money did you get? That's what all it
$15. Not enough. That's why I'm retired now. I get to be lazy.
There you go.
My settlement money.
There we go. There we go. It all works.
Yeah, but now we're out of the dark horses. We're into like the meat and potatoes here.
Okay.
Right.
And so on this list, I see Dalton Kincaid. Now, are we sure Dalton Kincaid is actually going to start in front of Dawson Knox?
No. I'm not stating that. But I think he's going to outproduce him.
Okay.
I think he's going to outproduce him. So let me look at what I got for the Bills depth chart. Your depth charts always look way different than mine.
On our lads, I see that Kincaid is actually listed as a starter. So
yeah, he outperformed him last year, by the way. And I got some arguments in here for it. By the way, we got arguments for Dalton Kincaid and against. So last year he made an immediate impact in Buffalo after week 7 when he started taking over on Knox. He had 56 catches for 555 yards, 2 touchdowns on 72 targets over 11 games.
Yeah, I'm having spelling problems over here. That's what we're doing.
Me?
Me.
Yeah. You better get them glasses on, Dale.
I can't find this dude on here.
You're like walking around like Mr. Magoo. Dalton Kincaid? Dude,
yeah. There you go.
Write that down number 4. Dear Jesus, brother.
I kept putting kink in there.
Oh. This is wrong show, Dale. This is the wrong show. Who? Dale's laughing. He's crying. He's like, oh, he got caught up on the wrong show. He's trying to make me a masseuse, and now he's talking about kinky stuff too. Okay,
That's what I was doing, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantasy Pros have the rank number 4, right behind Mark Andrews.
Hopefully, whatever site you're using for those kind of things, you're actually getting paid for. Okay. All right. I hope. I'm telling you, man, because we ain't making no money over here, but like over there, you better be damn making some good money, Dale. All right.
Yep.
Oh, even still, my argument for Dalton Kincaid here is that even after playing behind Knox, he still finished as a top 10 tight end.
Yeah,
that's pretty great. All right. Mm-hmm. And Kincaid seems to be molding into a Travis Kelce like role with the Bills. And then and then Diggs has left. Diggs has left the building, baby.
Right. So it's a lot of targets vacated, and we'll see how many the rookie wide receiver gets. But from what I heard, he wasn't even on the starting depth chart to begin the first initial depth chart that the team releases. Some of them don't care about it. They probably let the interns do it, but that's the first thing we get. So
yeah, and that's some of the arguments against Dalton Kincaid right now is that Keon Coleman could become the future number 1 target over this current season.
Mm-hmm.
And
really big guy. So
yeah. And Dalton Kincaid only had 2 touchdowns last season, and has not had a single game over 90 yards. All right, he's very likely to be a top 3 tight end, but it would be a very hard push for him to get number 1 going into the second half of the season after Keon Coleman kind of catches up. We got offensive coordinator Joe Brady has a past of sharing the workload, moving the ball around.
Okay.
And Knox will probably get some red zone targets this year.
So that sharing the ball around the field, that's one thing fantasy owners hate. But I mean, look, NFL owners love it because not one guy gets all the targets and not one guy can demand all the money. So, now Trey McBride is a guy that you've been high on for the past couple of years. What do you think about him?
Well, yeah, I think after Ertz, I think Ertz had an injury last year, didn't he? Or retired midseason? Is that right?
He had an injury. I don't know about retired though, because the last thing I heard, he went to he signed with the Commanders. Almost said Redskins.
Oh, the Redskins. Yeah, they've been there forever. Let's see here. I'm going to look at their depth chart real quick. The Commanders. So yeah, we got Ertz as number 1 over there. Wow. I don't foresee that to be lasting long, man, to be honest with you. Okay. So, but yeah, after let's see here, our arguments for Trey McBride are that after Ertz' injury, in week 6, McBride was ranked the number 3 tight end in targets, the number 2 tight end in receptions, and the number 3 tight end in receiving yards. So that's pretty nice, right? And I think that was with Kyler Murray back, isn't that right? When did Murray come back?
Well, Murray started. He came back like toward the end of the season. That was really it. So most of the season he played without Murray.
Yeah. But he had an impressive 2.03 yards per route run, which suggests a high level of sustainable production. Despite a slow start, he finished tight end number 9 in total points and averaged 8.3 points per game. His projection last year, if he had a full season of Kyler Murray, would have been 112 catches, 14 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 145 targets. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty nice. But what's some of these arguments on here? What you got against Trey McBride?
So definitely their first round pick, right? It's got to be one.
Yeah. Who's their guy?
Yeah. Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah, it's got to be the guy.
Yeah. You burn a first round on somebody, you got to pass to the guy, right? Yeah. So
exactly.
So yeah, it's Marvin Harrison. Hollywood Brown left.
Yeah. Rondell Moore left.
So
yeah, it's a lot of vacated targets, but
yeah, it's I think it was 160 vacated targets. Maybe I'm lying. Hollywood Brown left behind. No, I didn't write that down. But yeah, there are small offensive pieces that could carve out some roles. Your boy Zay Jones, Greg Deutsch.
Zay Jones takes off.
And Michael Wilson. I kind of expect Jay Jones to be number 3 target overall.
Okay. All right. Going down the list, Sam Laporta. That's another higher ranking for the tight ends here. He's ranked number 1.
Yeah, he's ranked number 1 by ADP. So, yeah, he's the reigning tight end 1. And he tied for the highest points per game with Kelce last year. Okay. And it's the first time there's been a tight end 1, the number 1 spot overall, tight end number 1, should I say, and that wasn't Kelce or Andrews since 2015.
Yeah. This is changing of the guard here.
Yeah, big steps, right? So we got.
So does Goff continue his play and keep Sam Laporta pretty high up there?
That's hard, right? Because what do you got on the roster though? You got Amon-Ra,
Jameson Williams.
Yeah, that's one of the negatives. Gibbs coming back, Jameson Williams being there, and Jameson Williams is supposed to be carving out his own role, So we got some bad things on the side there to be cautious about him. But
although if Jameson Williams gets hurt again this year, he is definitely Jerry Jeudy.
no, dang,
Straight up, bro. He's Jerry Jeudy if he gets hurt again. If he get hurt again, he's Jerry Jeudy.
yeah. Hey, so dude, this ranking that you pulled up, is this redraft ranking that you got pulled up right here? I assumed it was. No, you got dynasty rankings. I'm tracking. All right, cool. You know, those are dynasty rankings. So, yeah, some of this makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So Sam Laporta, a couple of things good for him here is he's the Lions' number 2 pass offense right now, pass option. And he's probably get the most potential out of all the young tight ends. But some bad things he's got going on. He has lots of production coming from touchdowns, and we don't like to see that as much. But over the past 10 years, every tight end that has scored 10 plus touchdowns with fewer than 900 receiving yards came back the next year to score 3 less touchdowns. You know, that's like stupid things that I like. You know, I like to know about. You know, so
whatever works.
He could make up for it with increased yards and targets, but it's unlikely. And he has a lot of players threatening his role with Gibbs and Jameson.
Okay. Give me your case for George Kittle.
George Kittle. So he led tight ends with 11 and 1,020 yards last season. And finished as the tight end number 5 over 2023. He led all tight ends in deep threats. 18 plays of 20-plus yards, 8 plays of 30, 3 plays of 40-plus yards, 2 plays of 50-plus yards, and 1 66-yard and a touchdown play. Which
I didn't think he made all those big plays like that last year.
Yeah, right, dude. He was 5th in yards per route run and top 10 in yards after the catch. And you know, so that's pretty awesome. Those are stats that we like to look at: yards per route run, and you know, the yak yards are kind of meh, but you know, but he finished top 5 at the tight end position 5 of the last 6 years. So Kittle's always there. And if Brandon Ayuk leaves,
yeah, that should open up more targets for sure.
Yeah, it's even better. But it's also a bad thing because Kittle's very inconsistent. Simply because San Francisco has so many pass options.
Well, he's also inconsistent because he's always hurt too.
Yeah, he's always hurt. Is he always hurt?
He's always hurt, bro. He's always dealing with something, bro. If you own him, you're gonna be looking at the injury report every Sunday morning.
Really? I mean, I had Kittle for a little while. I owned him for a minute. He wasn't hurt last year. No, he didn't miss. Oh, he missed 1 game last year. So you're saying he plays hurt?
Yeah, he's always dealing with something. Yeah,
so he missed 2 games.
He was dealing with a lot of stuff too. He had a shoulder injury. I saw him leave the game he went to, you know, get shot up and all this kind of stuff, and then he didn't feel like Superman. He came back.
He came back. So since 2020, 2020 he missed like half. I'm going to say more than half the season in 2020. Just looking real quick, and he missed 3 games in 21. 22, he missed 2 games at the very beginning, so that whatever injury might have come into the season with. And in 23, he missed 1 game, the Rams game. So, yeah. But San Francisco only bad things against him here. He's inconsistent. He technically is his team's number 2 target at 90 targets per game. Nope, 90 targets overall for the season. Tied for 9th overall targets and tight ends. San Francisco only averages 258 passing yards per game.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. So you're splitting that up with Ayuk, Debo, and Kittle. And so yeah. Yeah. So here's your next boy. One of your favorites.
Yeah, Mark Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, he was the man back in 21. I do remember when you wanted to trade me for him for some reason.
The year
I was going
before.
to actually make this deal for some reason, but yeah, yeah. Give me your case for Mark Andrews.
There it is. Yeah. I was gonna trade for him from you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We almost made that happen. And then
It
he was
wasn't
the
close at all.
Dang. Yeah. Well, he finished as a tight end 1 in 8 of 9 games last year. After his injury, after he got well. So I mean that's pretty good, right? He finished with 6 touchdowns in 23 and the second most of all tight ends in 2023. Some of my English isn't making sense now that I'm reading it to myself. So, top target on his offense and pushes over 100 targets each season. You can't have a monster year if healthy in 2024. He's 30.
Yeah. Yep. So with that, so it's the second year in that offense for I think Lamar Jackson is going to even look better. And if Andrews can stay healthy, we know Lamar Jackson really likes him as a target over that middle. So yeah, I could see him actually having that monster year you're talking about. But see, I didn't realize he was 30 years old, Tim. So
yeah, he's 30.
So we're coming to the end of that window there, Tim.
Yeah, this is where I sell.
I
sell it 2 years prior. All right. He's 30 and he's 30 years old, but he's still in the window of all the way to 32. Typically wide receivers and tight ends plateau at 32 downward. So, but I like to sell 2 years prior just to like give that person some, who I'm selling them to, you get your most value and they also still like him for a couple of years before they hate him.
Yeah.
And they forget they purchased him from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. But we got some bad things.
Okay.
We got some bad things from here. And that's Ravens' newest addition. Who's that, Dale? Who we got?
Oh, the running back, Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be competition for that red zone scoring between Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and him and Andrew.
Definitely. And if you got Derrick Henry coming in, you're gonna be probably a more run heavy offense than you were last year. Last year might have been a little bit more pass heavy than they like, and then jumping back to being a run heavy defense. I mean, a run heavy offense, but also they have a really good defense too.
Yeah, always. That's a Baltimore staple.
Yeah. Yeah. When you have a good defense, you don't have to score so many points to win games.
Yeah, running the game and playing defense is like a prerequisite to playing in that division. So that's what you got to do in that division, or else you're gonna lose.
Yeah, dude, it's ugly. And then we got our number one.
That's right, our cover athlete for today. Mr. Taylor Swift himself, Travis Kelce.
Mr. Taylor Swift.
Yes, Mr. Taylor Swift.
I didn't see the cover athlete thing. Was it?
Yeah, I have to upload it. Give me a second.
Oh, the intern. That shitty intern you got.
Yeah, exactly.
Too busy laughing at all the terrible Tim jokes.
So, yes, Travis Kelce is indeed the number one tight end on your list here. There he is, right there. Boom.
He's there he is. That's him. You got the Taylor Swift glow hands, the glow fingers going on, the sparkly fingers. Yeah.
So what's your case for Kelce?
Well, he's been an A tight end 1, which is the top 12 tight end for the last 5 years running. He finished tight end number 3 after missing first game and taking a while to ramp up this last season. He was ramping up playing time. He was just missing a lot of playing time, nursing that injury coming back. He tied what?
Father time?
Yeah.
He's undefeated, you know.
I know. He tied Sam Laporta on average points per game. And all that with only 5 touchdowns on the year. He averaged 8 touchdowns per season since 2017, though. He had a down year last year with 5. But the bad things, he's 34.
Whoa, 34.
He's almost 35.
And you just told me to trade Mark Andrews
now.
at 30.
Yeah.
But Travis Kelce going strong at 34. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Man?
Hey, that's an outlier. All right. That don't happen. He's a unicorn. All right. So it don't happen too often. It happens though, like CMC's. What is CMC? How old is CMC? Christian McCaffrey.
Let's see.
You know, he's past his age too, by the way.
Yes.
He's 28, and that's the dead zone. 28's when we're done. We're done at running back at 28. We trade them at 26. So, but at 28, that's their plateau. So, you know, we get out of there as soon as we can, closest to 28. And Travis Kelce, you should have traded him away. You're not going to get the value you want out of him if you got him still in Dynasty. So just hold on to him from here if you still own him. But things against him, he's about to be 35. He's well past his prime of 32. And only 8.3% of all tight end 1s, top 12 tight ends, since 2010 have come to be, it's come from tight ends 33 or older. So so
if he does good, then you're saying he's definitely beating the curve or the data.
Yeah, he's beating the data that we have on everybody else.
Okay.
You know, it's hard to imagine Kelce like fading like this and not being a top 12 tight end. But the days are coming. The days are coming.
To me, I don't think his play. I mean, his play has started to decline a little bit, but it's still good. And I think what ends up happening is the snap share starts going down a little bit, and then that's when you start seeing some decline from him. But I think after that, he's just going to end up retiring.
Yeah,
want to go and travel with Mrs. Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Mr. Taylor Swift. So, he did see this last year. He saw the lowest snap share since 2014.
Exactly.
You know, so like that's kind of like a key to the decline of a player is when they start pulling snaps back so that they can rest more and still be ready and pumped for those other ones. But his production did decline 25% off the 2023, the metrics the year before. So it'd be the 22 metrics. His production did decline, and his average. Here's a key one too that we look at is the average depth of target. And it's dropped for 7 consecutive years. So showing a gradual decline in speed and performance. But you know, yeah. Who
and I think Kansas City is trying to actively replace him as a number 1 target. Now that doesn't mean it's going to work, but they're actively getting new wide receivers in, young guys, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a matter of whoever clicks with Mahomes now. Rashee Rice has started to step up to the plate. We start to see a lot more target share for him.
They got him listed as the number 1 wide receiver right now.
Yeah.
And then, of course, after that, we got Marquise Brown.
Yeah, exactly. Hollywood Brown's going to demand some targets.
Xavier Worthy.
Wide receiver, bro. Xavier Worthy.
Dude, that's interesting right there. If you can get your hands on Xavier Worthy with Kelce leaving like that, that might end up being the number one thing you want. So,
yeah. He's gonna be Deshaun Jackson though. You ain't gonna know when to play him.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, he will get some bombs.
You comp him to Deshaun Jackson?
Yes, it's gonna be deep shots. That's what it's gonna be.
All right.
You know, Deshaun Jackson either gets you 16 points or 2 points. That's what it was, bro.
Yeah.
That's what it was. True. So I see the same thing happening with Worthy because he got that kind of speed, man. So, and especially in his rookie year, you know, that's going to be his number 1 route. Go deep.
Oh man.
Yep.
Well, all right, dude. All right.
That's going to wrap up our show. Tight ends, the subject for today. Tim, I appreciate you, man. You did a really good job there with your notes and everything.
Oh shoot, dude! You said something nice. Look at you.
Saw some curveballs I was throwing. I was like, hey, look, I'm not swinging at that crap. All right.
I ain't playing Dale games today. I've had too many beers for that. Oh man.
I feel you, Tim. I feel
you. Yeah.
All right. Well, shout out to everybody that joined us. Thank you for the comments. Please like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. We will be back talking more fantasy football and have some fun and more foolishness. And Kyle can be coming back eventually, and it's going to be even more fun. So stick with us on the Frenemies Fantasy Football Podcast. So for Tim, I am Dale, and we have to end this thing a certain way, Tim, and I almost forgot about that.
Did you?
Almost hit the ending button, Tim. Can you believe that?
Wow.
So how we usually end the show here is...
Thank you guys so very, very much.
There we go. That's a proper way to end the show. And we out.
Remember to follow us on social media at BS Beer Media. Also, smash the like button on YouTube and share with friends.